So, here's the third guarantee. All students will be free from outside influences that would cause them to feel threatened or unsafe. I had a girl come up to me this week. She said she wanted to talk to me. I thought she maybe, because I've seen a little bit of this, I thought she was going to be sent to the office because she didn't do her homework. But lo and behold, it wasn't because she didn't do her homework. She was there to tell me something. And she was there to tell me that she was pretty offended that when she was in science class that there was a boy sitting at her table who used the F word. And she wanted to know if I would do something about that. And I did. And I saw her, and then she wrote me, and I don't know if I don't have it this one. I don't have it. But these are the kind of kids that go to this school. She wrote me a personal letter thanking me for visiting with her that day. It was pretty incredible. She wrote me a personal letter thanking me and saying how much she appreciated me for and so I walked past her today. I said, I talked to him, problem solved. Here's what I did. I brought him in and I said, now, is it true that you're using the F word in the science room? And he looked at me and said, and they know they don't lie to me. Okay? That's for kids now at this school know that's the path that you don't want to take. You tell the truth and things, because that's a life lesson. You tell the truth. You're standing in front of an authority and you tell the truth. And he did, and he said, yes, I did. And we talked about what was going on. I said, you understand what's expected, the high standard. And I said, that's offensive to the other kids sitting at the table. He got it. He went on. I didn't need a pound of flesh. I just needed to work with him. All students will learn the importance and value of trustworthiness, responsibility, caring, respect, fairness, and citizenship. Those things are going to be the pillars that the school's going to be, that's going to be reflected in the hallways of the school toward the end of this year. And those things are going to be what we're going to emphasize. And if you can walk out of this school and be trustworthy and responsible and caring and be respectful and fair, understand fairness and be a good citizen and also be a good math student and also read well, then you're going to do well no matter where you go. And my last guarantee to you is that all students will receive a service learning experience at the school. And that means from kindergarten on up that we're going to, one of the components of the school is going to be very important, is going to have to do with service learning. What does that mean? Well, it means different things. It doesn't mean the same thing for a kindergarten student. We talked about this yesterday as it does for, but we were looking at a service learning book, and the book itself had a section in it on AIDS. And we were talking, would that be appropriate, would it not? And that's not the point. The point is that that we're teaching children to think about what's out there in a global view of the world. If you can, when it comes to service learning, think of concentric circles. The one closest to the middle are going to be the kindergarten students. They go out, out, out. And then when you get out into the 8th grade, you start thinking about things that maybe you don't even go in. And that's why it's going to be important for us to get technology in the classroom. Because smart boards and projectors and those kinds of things are going to be the tools that these teachers are going to be able to use and actually be able to give these kids real-life learning experiences and maybe go to Africa, go to Darfur. I want the kids in this school not to necessarily solve all the problems, but I want our older kids to understand what's going on in Darfur. I want them to understand that the world is not the same way outside the harbor, and this is the harbor for them. But when they get out there, we want to equip them with the tools to be able to be the best, as successful as they can. And I can tell you right now, it's working. So I guarantee, these are my guarantees to you. And I know what you're saying, which is, okay, well, what if it doesn't happen? No, it's a guarantee. I will guarantee, and if it doesn't happen, then it's on me. But next year, you can be assured that I'm going to make sure that we start with number one and work our way through those things. And most important is that I've always said this, the most important thing is that children are happy at school. So those are my comments as far as that goes. You all have a parent packet. Do you want me to talk about the parent packet? How do we want to do this? Okay, you have a packet. The kids have decorated the packet. There's a lot of information in the packet. I'm not going to go through, all the contents of the packet, but, what's in there, please take it and take the time to look through it and kind of consider the various things that are in there. We have a number of initiatives that are going on at the school, and one of them is called ELSI, and that's our environmental learning program having to do with environmental issues and bringing it into the classroom. The planters that are outside the school are the first phase of that, and there's a big mound of dirt compost by it right now, and we're going to start working. We're all talking about things like how do we capture the water that comes off the building. Have you ever been in this building when it rains? It's like there aren't gutters. So how could we recapture that water and use it to water the beds and just those kinds of things. I told my son he shouldn't say So what time is it? 7:50. Great. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stick around at 8 o'clock for Q&A, questions and answers. And people want to know, if you have specific questions about anything, I'll probably moderate that. And we're going to take, is it okay, a 5-minute break? Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I want Jonathan Giles, Dr. Giles, to come and talk just for a second about his experience with his girls in the school.
Hello, thank you, Mrs. Gordon. So we're new, not to Eagle, we've been here 10 years, but new to the school, and it was important enough to me to come out and talk. We left a private school and brought our kids here this year, and it's important enough to talk about what the alternatives are out there. I don't know how many years you've been at the school, but when we came from the private school where you pay $500 to $700 per child per month, and we came to this school and found that our kids were pretty far behind. That was not something we expected. And we knew the standards were high here, but we really didn't expect them to be that far behind, and we didn't expect at that point that they could catch up. And they have very different learning styles. And yet, our kids have caught up in 5 months because of the talented teachers, the environment here, the learning programs. And so what we're getting for our kids is a tremendous, tremendous education. It's one that we're willing to invest in. That's why I volunteered to join the board. That's why on Sunday, Rick came driving up and said, "Why are there pickup trucks behind our school?" "Oh, it's you." Because we're willing to invest back into the school. Because what we see is an administrator who's all in, who's giving you a guarantee. I went to my 25th high school reunion many years ago, and I met the principal for the first time. I'd never met him when I was in high school. That was how it used to be. But now we have Terry at the front desk, Dr. Montgomery. We have teachers that in the classrooms that are doing more for our kids. And I realize that the people who came tonight, you really are the choir. You're the people who came. What we need now is for you to go out and the people that you carpool with, the people that you know in the classroom, to get them involved too. Because we really do find that the more people that invest, not just time, energy, and money, we need to support the school, and we find that that improves everybody. I'd like to thank the faculty, the teachers, for all of their hard work, for bringing my kids up to where I want them and need them to be. And I hope everybody else sees that. I don't think that ever we can go wrong investing in our kids. Thank you for coming tonight.
Dave, come on up. Dave Marzak is one of our contributors, one of our investors, and is also the person that is helping us with businesses and marketing. So I'm going to turn it over to Dave.
Thanks everybody for coming. I I echo the good doctor's sentiments, of course. My wife was a teacher for years. Come from a big family of educators and see tremendous value here. So there's a lot of different ways that everyone's contributing. And we've got about 6 prongs, I think, to the task force. And ours is just one. And we're just reaching out to the business community. And I saw something a little funny on a bumper sticker a couple days ago here in Eagle. I kind of printed it out, I don't know if you can see it. But it's a 1950s mom. It says, "I love my rotten, ungrateful children." and you know, it's a little crass. But I'm sure we all felt that way. We love our kids, that's why we're here. I know one of the constant discussions that with our kids is they disinvite us to their own birthday parties. I don't know if you guys run into that, but all of a sudden we're not invited. But we do everything we can for them, and that's why we're here to help the school any way we can. And we have I think, a very unique program that we're trying to offer all the local businesses. And we are urging everyone to help us out. All the businesses, we're reaching out to the enterprise accounts out there, the Micron, Simplot, you name it. The hard, the large, individuals, with large net worths reached out to, and specifically, what we want to have is just some participation. Is really what we need. Like Henry Ford said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people than 100% of one person. So if every family can just talk to someone in their circle of influence, a business owner, tell them about the program that we have. We have a package right here that please come by and get it. And I'd like to take anyone's email, phone number, and we wrote a script and what you would say, how you introduce yourself to the business, follow-up email. We have all the tools, and all we need is some effort for people to go out and talk to the business owners. So any questions, we're going to be right here. We've got the packets. I'm here to help. All my information's on there. If you want someone to visit, we just had a business today that's involved in behaviors, children with behavioral issues, and they offered to donate a laptop, which is nice. So Dr. Montgomery will give you a laptop. But in any regard, I think one of the things, in closing, I just want to say that one of the things that we're running into is a lot of businesses, we've had individuals and businesses contribute in the past, and they're giving gift certificates, and they have different things that they're offering. That's tremendous. We're going to have some type of silent auction. All the details aren't together on that. But what we're really striving for is financial contributions. We need cash contributions from the business. We have the program set up right now that's a tax-deductible $500 that we're asking for. And for that, they get their name on the wall. They get a link to the website. They get all their information on the website. They get a group, this nest, community of school of several hundred families being consistently urged to patronize the business. So we're trying to give back. We're trying to come up with some tools that we're giving back to businesses that support us. Because quite frankly, every person out there, every school has an issue with budget, and personal issues with the economy. So it's tough to raise money. So what we're asking for is just some help. Go out there, talk to the business owners, tell them about the program. I'm happy to go on any calls with you or contact anyone, and whatever we can do to help, we're here for it. And thanks to Dr. Montgomery for being, just the type of guy he is, and all his effort, and to the board, the teachers, and whatever I can do to help.
I just want to let you know that we're starting a bingo. We're going to have a bingo night. March 3rd, 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and there's a flyer I think everybody has, and it's going to be fantastic. This bingo is just, it'll be life-changing. And you'll never be the same again. That's my guarantee to you. You'll never, ever be the same again.